What did you just recently learn that everybody knows? I feel so dumb, but I didn't know that lamb was a baby sheep. Wait till you hear about the Lamb of God. Birds don't live in their nests. My wife is never going to let me forget that this was a mind-blowing revelation for me. Wait, what? Why the duck do they build them then? I thought that FTW was an even crazier version of WTF. So crazy that it shuffled the words like, duck the what? I know it's for the win, but I always read it as duck the what. It's also duck the world. I don't think everybody knows, but I just discovered pencil extenders are a thing. I was just complaining on social media that I had a bunch of unusable pencils worn down to 2 inches. And just as I pressed send, I thought there's probably something for that. I'm 41 and I've drawn all my life. Never knew they existed. Never heard of them either. But to be fair, I usually either chewed up my pencils or lost them before they became that short. The North Star isn't unique because of its brightness. It's unique because it doesn't move, always stays north, while the others rotate around it. For extra trippage, the North Star changes over time. The ancients had a different one from us. The point in the sky that north points to moves over time, making a complete circle every 26,000 years. Enter the relevant Wikipedia article link. Wikipedia.org/wiki/axel_precession. Referring to multiple ancient civilizations as the ancients is both incredibly accurate and unnecessarily but not unwelcomely badass. In the song I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Santa Claus is the daddy. I always thought, gee, what a cheerful song about marital infidelity. That's not as bad as me who took the song Santa Baby literally for longer than I care to admit. I thought it was about a woman being seductive to the actual Santa Claus and always found it weird. Recently learned there's a sleep timer button on most TVs that turn them off after a certain amount of time. Changed bedtime for me permanently. YouTube recently introduced IDK if it's an addition or they just started advertising it. Reminders to take a break/go to bed. Of course. All it is a pop-up that pauses the video. It doesn't stop you from dismissing it and just continuing watching. But just the fact that the reminder is there to tell me okay, it's 11 PM. You have to finish this video and go to sleep now. Works really well. Dandelions, the yellow flowered weed, and dandelions, the fluffy white weed, are the same plant. I'm 29 and my dumbass didn't connect that they have the same name. The name comes from dandelion, French for lion's tooth due to their jagged leaves. It was a well-respected plant in the ancient world, used for both food and medicine. It's arguably more nutritious than spinach and easier to grow. And it was intentionally brought to America by settlers and planted as a crop. It only started being considered a weed in the early 1900s, when manicured grass lawns gained popularity. Found out that Donald Glover and Childish Gambino are the same person. I always assumed Donald Glover was Danny Glover's son. Apparently that's not true. That you can acquire pollen allergies. I always thought that allergies were something you were born with. Who knew? Not to scare you, but yeah, you can acquire any sort of allergy. To any degree from mild to fatal pretty much any time for no reason. Have fun sleeping tonight. Close bracket. I always thought the phrase was old wives' tale, turns out it's old wives' tale. The "er" at the beginning of astigmatism is part of the word, and not astigmatism. Yeah, I got one of them stigmatisms. That babies are born with a full set of baby and adult teeth already in their heads. Their teeth don't form when it's time for them to get them. They just push down out of their gums because they were always there. You have to stretch cling wrap over the dish in order for it to stick. I'm in my early 20s and just learned this a few months ago. As a 22-year-old man, I just learned that sending animals to the farm meant putting them down and not actually sending them to a real farm. When I was a kid, we had a huge dog that attacked a girl because she was throwing rocks at him. So we had to get rid of him. My parents told me that they took him to a farm where he would be happy and free. 6 months later, a farmer showed up at our house asking to give the dog back because he ate the cab of the farmer's truck. Bonus story, my mom had a cat named Morley. My then 5-year-old daughter asked if she could come over to see Morley. My mom said, "I'm sorry honey, but Morley has gone to kitty heaven." My daughter asked, "What's heaven?" My mom says, "Well, Morley was very sick, and sometimes when cats, or anyone, get sick, the best thing to do is just let them go to sleep, and then they wake up in a place with all the other cats that were sick. But they're all happy, and they're not sick anymore." My daughter gave my mom a sympathetic look. "Grandma," she said, "I think your cat is dead." Apostrophe. When buildings have an est and then a year, I always thought it was estimated. Because it was so old they could not know the year for sure. No matter the stone is actually in the building, put there by the people who sure as hell would know what year it was as they were the ones building it. It's established. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.